Hi everyone. Did you know that Amazon, the world's biggest network of distribution centers, nearly captures 6.4% of yearly retail spending for an average household? Proving, everyone today relies upon companies and distribution networks from, several different companies to get, both essential and non-essential goods to really be able to live the lives we're able to today. Not worrying about running out of food or, having the right tools to complete a job or project. So, through my past experience also in with these distribution centers and my major being in industrial engineering and having an intern experience at Ross at a distribution centers, I know some of these essential key aspects into running these distribution centers. So let's get into it. So in the present nature of today, I just feel like it's really necessary that we as people get to know the importance and fundamentals of distribution centers as a whole. Since I stated earlier, we rely on them on almost a daily basis. So today I'll tell you first the fundamentals and goals of a distribution center. Secondly, why Amazon is the behemoth it is. And third, the future of distribution centers as a whole. So now knowing some of the key talking points of today, let's dive into first, understanding those fundamentals and goals of a distribution center. So when starting a distribution center, I'd say there are several main components, you want to think about when operating one, but two of the main ones being the logistics and the material handling, all in both really being tied together as one. Uh, First, a distribution center can be defined as a facility, typically a warehouse, used for receiving, storage, and delivery of products. So, from my personal experience at working at a warehouse, the most important function is the logistics or, getting the product to and from the customer within a timely manner. And it is really important that these big distribution centers like Amazon are able to ship their products to customers as soon as possible. Due to the fact that the longer a product is in and at a distribution center in their storage, the more storing costs that goes into the product and the less profit. And according to Tompkins Facility Planning Book, nearly about 70% of the cost of running a distribution center go towards these storage related activities. And, big distribution center companies like Amazon, usually have their own fleet of trucks or set of trucks that allow them to ship these products, faster at a fast rate. And, allowing companies like Amazon to do the guaranteed, 2-day delivery options to Prime members. And, through this combination of strategically placing, their distribution center locations and these fleet of trucks at these locations, um, the combination of this and, the ways to handle material in which, I'll get into further now are huge cost savers of these companies. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, the actions and the people that go into performing, storage actions or movement of products in these facilities are called material handlers. Material handling can come in two forms. One form being people, the second being machinery. In a manual warehouse, most of the expenses are due to the travel of these material handlers moving products. And that's why it's important that, huge distributors, use machines or automation to take care of these material handling processes. The less manual labor used for transferring materials equals more money being saved. So, machine-like conveyors or even, AI robots, help move these products around at a constant, sustainable rate, where human error and labor is, limited, creating a more efficient storage system in whole. So now that we've covered the two basic components or fundamentals of a distribution center, we can now dive into, why specifically, big distributors like Amazon are so successful and are the behemoths they are. So yeah, let's do that. So Amazon really took the next step for distributors as a whole, from delivering to retail stores to delivering straight to the customer's home, which is crazy. And it's really, allowing it to grow to be, the company it is today. And as stated earlier, the location of the warehouse and the material handling aspects were two key components of, allowing them to be where they are today. And what allows them to minimize those, as I said earlier, is that automation. And through the use of these robots called Kivas, which are about 2 feet by 2 feet in dimensions, they're able to really limit that human error and labor and costs that go into that. And that automation, I feel like, is really allowing them to, um, change the distribution center industry as a whole. And in total, um, changing the focus of these distribution centers that were, before mainly directed towards serving the primary retail market, and instead going to Amazon's way of focusing on the e-commerce, skipping that step of giving it to the retailer and instead bringing it to the store directly, or to the customer directly. And through what we've learned in these two fundamentals, and the material handling and the logistics, and learning how Amazon is the behemoth it is today, it's really allowed, I hope, to understand how important these companies are, and how and why they are so big as a whole. And, that all ties back into, why Amazon captures that, as I said earlier, that 6.4% of total sales in the retail market. And it's just really cool understanding it.